Your aura is much more than an energetic field. It's the reflection of your inner world. Every thought, feeling, and intention you hold vibrates through this field, affecting both your inner experience and how you interact with the outer world. Imagine it as a magnetic field around you that not only attracts or repels situations and people but also amplifies your own energy. If you've ever felt an immediate connection or discomfort with someone, chances are, it's because their aura is influencing your perception. Understanding this powerful force can unlock the doors to your spiritual growth. But more importantly, learning to consciously develop and enhance your aura is key to creating a life of harmony, fulfillment, and purpose. Why the aura matters in everyday life. Your aura is constantly interacting with the world around you. Whether you are aware of it or not, the energy you emit affects your relationships, your work environment, and even your personal well-being. For example, when your aura is charged with positivity and confidence, you'll notice how people are naturally drawn to you, and opportunities flow more easily. On the other hand, if your aura is clouded by fear, doubt, or negativity, you may experience more conflict, misunderstandings, and stagnation. But here's the empowering part. You have control over the state of your aura. By consciously working on it, you can transform your energy field into a beacon of light that elevates not only your own life but also the lives of those around you. The hidden key to strengthening your aura. Ancient occult teachings reveal that aura development is not just an abstract idea. It's a practical, step-by-step process that anyone can master. The first step is cultivating a deep understanding of how your thoughts and emotions directly influence the energy of your aura. Think of it like planting a garden. The seeds you plant, whether they're of love, joy, and wisdom or fear, anger and doubt, will eventually grow and shape the energy that surrounds you. To begin this transformative journey, it's crucial to regularly reflect on the quality of your thoughts. Ask yourself, are my dominant thoughts aligned with the person I want to become? Am I focusing on ideas and emotions that elevate me, or am I feeding negativity into my aura? One of the core teachings in many spiritual traditions is that the mind creates the reality we live in. When you hold thoughts of peace, abundance, and compassion, your aura becomes a reflection of these ideals. This energy not only helps you grow but also influences the people you come into contact with. The power of colors. Unlocking the hidden language of your aura. But thoughts and emotions are just one part of the process. The second, often less understood, key to aura development involves working with colors. Each color carries a unique vibration that directly corresponds to specific mental, emotional, and even spiritual states. For example, green is the color of healing, growth, and balance. If you're seeking more harmony in your relationships or wanting to heal emotional wounds, flooding your aura with green vibrations can support this process. Yellow, on the other hand, radiates intellect, clarity, and self-confidence. If you're feeling uncertain or need to make an important decision, meditating on the color yellow can help sharpen your mental focus and bring clarity to the situation. To fully benefit from this practice, it's essential to first familiarize yourself with the vibrational qualities of each color. Red embodies strength, passion, and vitality. Blue, on the other hand, resonates with calmness, tranquility, and spiritual insight. By learning to associate mental states with their corresponding colors, you can actively use these vibrations to charge your aura and bring balance to your energy field. Practical steps to charging your aura with color vibrations. Visualization practice. Set aside a few minutes each day to meditate on the colors that represent the qualities you wish to strengthen. If you seek more love and compassion, for instance, visualize a radiant pink light surrounding your body. Feel this pink aura expanding, filling every cell of your being with warmth and kindness. The clearer and more vivid your visualization, the more powerful the effect will be on your energy field. Using physical objects. Surround yourself with physical items in the colors you're working with. For example, if you're focusing on the energy of red for vitality, you might wear a red piece of clothing or place red flowers in your home. These visual cues help to keep your mind aligned with the vibrational frequencies of the color, reinforcing the process. Nature as a tool. Nature is a powerful ally in aura work. When you need grounding, walk barefoot on the earth to absorb the stabilizing energy of the color brown. Sit by water to absorb the peaceful flowing energy of blue. Each natural element reflects a specific color and vibration that can assist in balancing your aura. Crystal energy. Crystals also carry unique color vibrations that can help amplify your aura. For example, amethyst with its soothing purple hue enhances spiritual awareness and intuition, while rose quartz, with its soft pink glow, promotes love and emotional healing. Keep these crystals close during meditation or wear them as jewelry to support your aura's development. The importance of self-awareness and reflection. Developing your aura is an ongoing process, one that requires mindfulness and reflection. Take time to evaluate your strengths and areas of growth. What emotions dominate your aura? What qualities do you want to enhance? By regularly assessing your mental and emotional state, you can use the power of color and thought to continuously refine your aura. A powerful exercise is to keep a journal where you track your progress. Write down the colors you're working with and the changes you observe in your mood, energy, and interactions with others. This helps you stay aware of how your aura is evolving and keeps you focused on your spiritual journey. Beyond the self. How your aura affects others. One of the most beautiful aspects of aura development is how it impacts not just you but everyone around you. When your aura is vibrant and positive, you naturally uplift the people you come into contact with. Whether in a casual conversation or a deep connection, your aura communicates on a subtle, energetic level. Think of your aura as a beacon of light that can bring healing, comfort, and inspiration to others. When you actively work on developing your aura, you become a source of positive influence, helping to raise the collective vibration of those in your community. The spiritual journey of aura development. Aura development is not just about personal power. It's about spiritual evolution. The more you consciously cultivate your aura, the more aligned you become with your higher self. This path of growth leads to deeper wisdom, inner peace, and a sense of purpose that transcends the physical world. As you continue to charge your aura with thoughts of love, peace, and spiritual insight, you will notice a profound transformation in your life. Relationships become more harmonious, challenges feel less daunting, and a sense of fulfillment flows through every aspect of your being. In the end, developing your aura is about stepping into your true potential. It's about becoming a radiant, empowered version of yourself who not only transforms your own life but touches the lives of everyone you meet.